Hey folks, we're back again. It's my wife Melissa, my trusty sidekick and helper, and yours truly, Chris Kinzer. We're here, we're going to show you a typical spring work of the bees. So everything you need to kind of look for, and all the stuff you need to do this time of the year. Right now we're at the 1st of April, so we're right starting swarm season. So we're going to be checking to make sure our queens are laying right, they're disease free, and also we're also going to make sure that we don't have queen cells. And if they need room, we're going to give them some room. So we're going to start with this hive right here because I think it may be time for a little bit of room. I'm going to hand the camera over to Melissa and she can show you what all I'm doing. So first thing, tap your lid to make sure it's not stuck. So don't have girls crawling at the top. I'd say she probably is okay on room. Now that's what you want to see right there, is a big healthy pattern of brood. She's got some that have already hatched out and missing, but if you look down in there, you can see there's a larva there, so that queen came back and filled up. That's a nice section of brood. So all we need to really check now is make sure we got eggs. And you pull a frame out like I just did, you can do that, but you just got to do it really slow so you don't roll if your queen's on that frame, you don't roll the queen. I kind of glanced down there and saw some capped brood, so odds are the queen's not going to be, she's going to be where there's empty cells, not alright. And here we can see we got eggs over here to larva over there. So she started laying here first, then she went out. But with that, we know this colony's queen right, and there is no only thing left we need to do is check for queen cells. And since there's plenty of room on here, and the colony's not overpopulated yet, but she will soon. She'll really start going to town. We're going to check underneath. You could do this to check for queen cells, is lift her up and you'll have queen cells underneath, located typically right here. Now that doesn't mean that you can't have them on the frame, but most of the time you'll have, when I say queen cell, it's actually a swarm cell, and you typically will have them in different parts of the hive. There's a small hive beetle, and we are just one of them, not enough to be really concerned about. Now these boxes were rotated, so I had the deep on top. I'm going to go ahead and rotate them back before I do too much. I'm going to check again before I set this thing down. I'm going to take some of that burr comb off too, just so it makes it a little bit easier for when I set my boxes back down on top of one another. I'm not so I'll run over and set this down. So don't have queen cells, she doesn't need room, but we're going to put this heavier box on bottom. And inner covers, common mistake I see a lot of people. Now these are inner covers I make myself, and there's no wrong way to put these on. You can put them, there's not an upside or a downside. They're all, the piece of plywood in there is mounted in the center. But a lot of them have only a relief on one side. You want to make sure that's pointing to the top. You never want to put them to where that part is underneath, because you don't want direct contact with your lid, this part right here and there. What happens is, the whole purpose of that inner cover is to catch moisture. This cover will sweat and it'll collect and it'll land on the cover. Otherwise it'll go in your onto your brood in the winter time. It can kill your colony. It'll basically just rain down cold water on your hive. Anyway, so that's all you need to do. That's how long it takes to work. Basically, this is just a simple spring working. All right. You're trying to take a picture.